They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's with them too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. Magazine bestselling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 800-908-1616 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 800-908-1616. That's 800-908-1616. 1-800-908-1616. Stays with us, the author of Time Shifts, Experiences of Slipping into the Past and Future. And for you, Yvonne, your time shift experience, it happened quite early in life. Tell me about it. Yeah, I was a big, like, 11 or 12 years old, and I ordered a yellow school bus that were the gate. Wow. Big Barry. I got the bus, ordered the bus with my friend one day, and we would go out there, we would, most of the we would get Big Barry, for putting in the river, you transported to the future or the past, or is it even matter? I would transport it to what seems to be about 3 hours each, 20 miles away from where I started. But it seems deep and I have no memory of anything after I rounded the corner. I just started to walk away from my friends, and then I rounded this corner where there was a lot of sticker bushes and I couldn't see around the corner anymore. So I turned the track in and then I took a step and then I'm home. Before we go to close, I wanna one more thing from you because it happened again. This was, I guess, when you were working, one of your first jobs worked for a small town newspaper. And you went out for a stroll for lunch. What happened? Yeah, I went out where I was walking down the community in Sandy, Oregon, where I was publisher of this little community newspaper. And I'm walking down and I start running through the town and one block, next block, and it just seemed surreal. It's like I was kind of an age or something, and suddenly the streets on my boardwalk, they were elevated, and I would come to the intersection, but the intersection keeps running, then I have to, the street will get some walk, the elevated boardwalk, the building different. It was very disorienting. Very often people have these kind of problems. They just can't figure it out. Hey, I got to the end of town and like I had no memory of the walk other than the weird experience of being kind of strange. Now it looks like the old West. So, I had another experience where I was darkness developing problems, but the change and like I don't know how many times I was last. Well, so at night enough this thing I kept myself to the Friday night. News that I have to be back to the newspaper Monday morning. But whatever time people think of, they did. They said there's nothing wrong with me, and I had to get through it. But I really like to bring me out. You were losing your mind. Yeah, whatever experience, and some of them I could share with my neighbors up there. I lived on the old Oregon Trail on Mount Hood, and we would occasionally, usually at dusk on summer days, we'd see old, wagon train people they leaning against the wagon, tired, and the wagon was old, and then they vanished in front of you. Like sometimes we'd see them, and sometimes we'd see things from the past there, we were near the one great Indian reservation on Mount Hood, and they would come to where I lived, which is called Brightwood, Oregon. They called it Brightwood because they, years past, gathered there summertime for festival. Yeah, we thought it was very intense little sport. Here's the thing, these things seem to happen when they're important community for them. And certain places seem to be right this kind for it. And anyway, I had a weird experience there, right, with having Indian.
Then,
Anyway, I had a weird experience there in Brightwood.
虽然你知道，我知道。 that's a benefit or put something on that's taxable that you don't need to. That's a very confusing area for millions of Americans.
Disasters, especially federally declared disasters like some wildfires, result in taxpayers being able to take advantage of some very lucrative tax rules.
You can to keep you fueled on the road. Just download the app, then push the activate button to earn more with each fill this month. Only in the Pilot Flying J app. Terms and conditions apply.
Truck drivers are a lot like first responders. We need them on the front lines every single day. Truck drivers play a critical role in our economy, hauling almost every item we buy. These men and women are the unsung heroes and backbone of America. When our heroes need support, they turn to the St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund. The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is a 501c3 truck driver charity that steps in when illness or injury takes a driver off the road by paying necessity household expenses, including mortgage or rent, utility bills, insurance premiums, and vehicle or truck payments. Learn more about SCF today and make a donation to support our mission at truckersfund.org. That's truckersfund.org. Together, we are saving lives and families, one driver at a time. They're essential for us. It's time to be essential for them. Donate today at truckersfund.org. That's truckersfund.org. Whether you're a company driver, owner-operator, lease purchase, or team driver, TheTrucker.com has the best Class A job opportunities in the trucking industry with new job listings updated daily. Apply for a specific job or apply for all jobs that meet your qualifications with one easy click. Visit TheTrucker.com/jobs today. That's TheTrucker.com/jobs. Also, check out this month's issue of the Trucker Jobs magazine, along with The Trucker, both available at select TA, Petro, and other truck stops throughout the nation.
Do you remember this time last year? We went into lockdown and it was time to spring forward? Well, now there's some light at the end of the lockout tunnel.
They're starting to lift some of the restrictions.
And it's time to do it again. Don't forget to move your clocks an hour ahead before going to bed tonight.
Internal clocks on computers all over the country have to be put forward. 2 a.m.
Everybody,
It's 3 o'clock now.
spring forward.
Hi, I'm Cam Holding, defenseman and assistant captain of your San Diego Seals. March is Red Cross Month, and the Seals are teaming up with Red Cross to help save lives. Join us at the San Diego Seals Red Cross Blood Drive at Pechanga Arena on Wednesday, March 17th to donate. To register, visit sealslax.com/blood. That's sealslax.com/blood. I'll see you at Pechanga Arena.
Your 2020 tax return will be reflective of the year that you had for 2020.
That's Mark Stieber, Chief Tax Information Officer at Jackson Hewitt, who knows there's a lot to take in when filing taxes.
From stimulus and EIP or economic impact payments, the first set, the second set, a lot of folks changed their employment status. 60 million people filed for unemployment. And then life went on as well. People got married. People bought homes. People had children, got divorced. Those will drive a lot of tax change and tax benefits.
He notes other things to consider: being self-employed for the first time, people working from home in different locations or states than they are employed in, and he recommends hiring a tax pro so you don't miss out.
There are a lot of opportunities to get the biggest refund that you can and to help, financially offset some of the difficulties in 2020. So a lot to watch for so you don't miss it and leave it off, because there's no great angel coming to help you. You leave it off, it stays off.
Stieber says on average 3 out of 4 people do get a tax refund every year, and they typically range between $2,000 to $3,000. I'm Jennifer Pulsey.
IRS spokesman Eric Smith says there's a number of good reasons for filing online. One is making it harder for identity thieves to steal your info. But really, e-filing is about eliminating the paper trail in general, which means getting your return where it needs to go and getting it processed faster.
File electronically and choose direct deposit. Most people do it that way, and if ever there was a year to switch to doing it that way, this is very definitely the year.
And that's because the mail is dealing with delays amid the coronavirus pandemic. So when it comes to getting the return back as fast as possible, you want to avoid the mail entirely here. And the direct deposit option follows the same theory, eliminating the wait for a paycheck.
If you file electronically, you choose direct deposit, we expect a 9 out of 10 refunds folks will start to get their refunds within a very short amount of time after that, maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
I'm James Flippin.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. Well, thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead. Thank you for talking!
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You have to wonder if Fauci will now announce that he was wrong, that the quintessential example of a governor handling this virus correctly was Cuomo. They have a lot in common, do Cuomo and Fauci, other than their ethnicity, of course. And that is, they're media whores. Can I use that word, media, Mr. Producer? Is that okay?
Mark Levin, weeknights at 6 on San Diego's Talk, AM 760.
Actually buy into it.
Yeah. And as we've always said, the liberal leadership and the Democrats believe that the people that vote for them are complete and total morons, that they're idiots, that they can sell them anything. I mean, that's really what it comes down to is, and we've talked about this before, but, you've got to control the narrative. You've got to change the narrative. And so anybody who comments on this or that is filled with hate to the extent that we're going to shame you out of your job, your livelihood, out of existence completely until you fall in line. Get on your knees, apologize, admit you're filled with hate. That's the way it's happened. And it is the opposite of what they claim that they are. We've been saying this for years. Right. They're not anti-fascist. They're missiles. Right. Well, this is proof. Right. This is further proof that how dare you criticize them or support somebody who analyzes them even. We'll come after you and we will shut you down. It doesn't matter who you are. We'll shut you down. And that's what it is. And they've convinced the fans of artists, they've convinced enough people in the band, in the band, and everywhere else to control the narrative to that extent. How dare you? Complimenting somebody on a book is going to end your career. Any tweet? Yep, there's your forecast. Significant travel impacts can be expected in the west, especially for areas from Denver, Colorado into Wyoming, the Cheyenne and Laramie area, measuring their snowfall with a yardstick rather than a ruler. If you'll be traveling on I-70 or I-25 in the region, you'll want to check ahead on your ultimate destination. Out ahead on the Front Range, Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma expected to see showers. That same system could produce some severe thunderstorms along I-35 between Austin and Dallas. Those are the two problem areas weather-wise today, the central and southern plains and portions of the central Rockies. Much of the Midwest will be clear. The lower Ohio and Tennessee valleys will pick up a light chance of rain today. High pressure along the East Coast means sunshine. For folks that have cabin fever and want to see the ocean front, you'll be under sunny conditions. A look at your national forecast from Red Eye Radio. I'm meteorologist John Trout.
Your forecast is brought to you by Kendall Super DFE. Its low viscosity leads to increased protection and fuel savings, and that leads to victory. Kendall Motor Oil. You get out what you put in.
Buck Sexton.
I want things in this country working well for all the American people. I don't have an us versus them mentality. I have a what's best for all of us mentality. I think the Republicans shouldn't shy away from verbalizing that, because the other side says Republicans are racist, they're classist, they're evil, they're misogynist, xenophobic. They have all these things they always say, and that's actually the opposite of what it means to be a conservative.
Buck Sexton. Weekday afternoons at 3 on San Diego's Talk, AM 760.
Portions of the following program were recorded.
Hey everybody, we are
Lady Antebellum.
When we started out in Nashville, we never imagined what we were going to be able to achieve. We got here because we worked together and had each other's backs.
In America, we have the privilege of being a diverse society made up of people from all kinds of backgrounds. And that's a big part of what makes this country such a great place to live.
When we put aside our differences and work together, there is no challenge too great to overcome. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Hi, I'm Albert Pujols, first baseman for Los Angeles.
And I'm Deidre Pujols. We need your help to strike out slavery. Today, millions of people are caught in this nightmare of violence, fraud, and coercion. Human trafficking is happening in our communities and around the world, and we need to act right now.
So we are sending out as a call for your help in the fight for freedom.
Please join us by visiting strikeoutslavery.com.
Furnished by the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it pushed? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Hey, listen to this. Last Tuesday, I was blind. A thief broke my car windows, took my laptop, and ran off. Or at least that's what would have happened if I didn't have Vivint. Instead, here's what really happened. Thief walked up, my Vivint camera detected him, scared him, and he ran away. My Vivint security system doesn't just record crime, it actually prevents it with a flashing red light and a whistle. And the best part is, I check in on my home from anywhere, right from my phone. Whether I'm at the gym or the office, thanks to Vivint, all is well. If you want a system professionally installed, fit with the best cameras and 24/7 monitoring, call Vivint today. 833-420-4070 for a free quote and log-in free installation and a free month of monitoring service. Vivint, smart, secure, professionally installed. Call 833-420-4070 to get started today. Offer valid for new customers only. System purchase requires monthly service agreement and equipment package. Speak to a Vivint representative today. Clean equipment, services, and financing details. Visit Vivint.com for licensing information. Other terms and conditions may apply.
Start your day at Pilot Flying J with one of 4 new sandwiches. Featuring bigger and heartier sausage, hickory smoked bacon, fluffier biscuits, and peppered eggs. Try one today. Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to be the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the 1,000,000-mile mark with preventable accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1,000,000 miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. That's RedEyeRadioShow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Gale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. If you're a trucking industry professional, then you need to stay on top of changing regulations, equipment upgrades, and technology advancements. Fleet Owner Magazine gives you all of this and more. Written for fleet executives and managers, Fleet Owner gives you the business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance, regulations, and information technology you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit FleetOwner.com every day for the latest industry news.
You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner magazine. Visit fleetowner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you use.
Spoken. Gary McNamara and Eric Harvey on Red Eye Radio.
And he is Eric. I'm Gary, 866-90 Red Eye. Good morning. This from Fox News. A female aide alleges New York Governor Andrew Cuomo aggressively groped her in a sexual manner after she was sent to the governor's mansion last year. A person familiar with the woman's claims has said the staff member had been called to the mansion to help Cuomo with phone troubles. They were alone in his private residence, and he shut the door, reached under her blouse, and groped her, according to the source. This came out yesterday. This is the sixth alleged victim. The woman is much younger than the governor, according to the source, who is not authorized to comment publicly. She told Cuomo to stop. When he reached under her blouse, the woman reportedly said the governor frequently flirted with her, and it wasn't the only time that he touched her. Details of the woman's accusation were reported by the Albany Times-Union. The paper wrote an initial report with few details on Tuesday. Her identity has not been released. Now, here's how this thing came to be. The governor's executive chamber, which includes senior officials, became aware of the woman's account on March 3rd, according to the Times-Union. But on Tuesday, Cuomo said he wasn't aware of the newest allegation in a series of sexual misconduct accusations thrown his way. The latest claim is the sixth accusation leveled against the governor and the fifth from someone who was working for the governor at the time of the alleged incident. The victim's allegations are eerily similar to what Charlotte Bennett has alleged. Charlotte was summoned to the Capitol on a Saturday, left isolated with the governor, and asked to help him with minor technical issues on his phone. Charlotte reported this behavior and the governor's sexual proposition to his most senior aides. Burkett said, an attorney for another accuser, Charlotte Bennett. Apparently, what I read is they became aware of this woman's account on March 3rd. She heard Cuomo say that he had never touched anybody inappropriately, and that's apparently why she started telling people.
Okay. Right.
She heard his response. She heard his response. There is a story, or an update to a story now, every day, every other day. On just, these issues. The nursing home scandal, again, where does it end? Where does it turn around for the governor? It's not going to. Him saying, well, basically saying what he has said before. I've never done this, and I'm not going to comment any further until the AG's office is done with their investigation. At some point, going to be up to the party. The Democrats of New York State are going to have to make a choice. Whether to come back or not. Biden and Harris haven't commented on it as of yet. You saw Gillibrand of the senator of New York has been pounded because she's completely acting differently in this particular case.
Right.
I'm trying to get where Albany's Time Union, I'm reading from Hill.com, see if it's any different. Albany's Time Union reported the latest allegation in which a woman recently told a supervisor in the executive chamber that Cuomo inappropriately touched her late last year at the governor's mansion. The Times Union reported the woman whose identity outlet withheld is a member of the executive chamber staff and had been summoned to the mansion to do work, according to an official close to the matter.
The Times-Union reported Cuomo's office learned of the allegation over the weekend, and it was reported to the governor's council by other employees in the chamber. News outlet added the complaint was sent along to the governor's office, by the governor's office to the Office of Attorney General, which is overseeing the probe. Ben Garvey, acting counselor to the governor, said in a statement to the Times-Union, all allegations that we learn of directly or indirectly are going promptly to the investigator appointed by the Attorney General. There's no one defending the governor, except right now the governor. Well, I mean, this one, look, this one so far is the worst just in the politics of the story and the allegation to begin with, that this is a woman and that was really driven by the fact of Cuomo saying he had not touched anybody inappropriately ever. And at that point, that's when she started telling people, yeah, he has. Me.
Right.
And so that is just, I mean, that directly contradicts, what he has said. Up to this point, you can view the things that he did, the questioning of Charlotte Bennett. You can say, okay, but what he did was inappropriate. And may get another CEO fired.
Right.
Really, what you get from this new accusation is not sexual harassment, it's just risen to the level of sexual assault.
Somebody wrote the article, I think it was on Tuesday, it may have been Monday, essentially saying here's how criminal charges could be applied with these claims. Well, now you've reached that, quite possibly that level. Of course, the investigation has to happen and has to be completed, and you have to have evidence that happened. But you have, again, someone claiming that happened. You have a victim here, and at that point, the nature of everything changes. Because if it is true, the allegations are true, that rises to a criminal level. And I don't know what you do if you're a lawmaker in that state except move forward with impeachment. There's no other way.
Well, if you take both of the things, because what the allegation now, the allegation, I'll read from the New York Post here. The sexual harassment scandal engulfing Governor Andrew Cuomo escalated Wednesday with the emergence of allegations that he reached under the female aide's blouse and groped her while they were alone. The woman told him to stop. The accusations are the most serious yet made against Cuomo, who has been previously hit with a sexual harassment case. The latest accuser said the incident took place late last year after Cuomo shut the door to a room on the second floor of the governor's heavily guarded official residence. The woman said it followed frequent flirting with her by Cuomo. The woman recounted the alleged incident to at least one. I finally found exactly the quote that I wanted. It was from the New York Post. The woman recounted the alleged incident to at least one female supervisor in the executive chamber on March 3rd after watching a news conference at which Cuomo claimed, "I never touched anyone inappropriately," the Times-Union said. And again, we talked about early on, if there are other victims and other allegations are going to happen, then those alleged victims are going to feel empowered by others coming out, right? So in this case, she felt motivated, according to her, according to the reports, right? She felt motivated because of his response. This right here will be it. I mean, again, it requires an investigation. You have to get to the point of at least, well,
Well, you have to get to the point of proving with any kind of prosecutorial move. There has to be some level of proving. There may not be proof. I mean, in terms of, hard proof of a video of it happening or something like that, we have no reason to believe that exists at this point, so it is her word versus his.
I guess the one accuser, Borland, said that he had unexpectedly kissed her on the lips. But this one goes further. This is, this is without question the allegation. And again, we will do for Cuomo what the left did not do for Kavanaugh at all.
Right.
Is the fact we call it an allegation, but the allegation, if true, rises not to sexual harassment anymore, or no, I just kiss and do everything when I meet everybody. That, without question, the text of the allegation as reported is sexual assault. That takes into a completely different, it changes everything. It's interesting to see what the rest of the week will be for Cuomo. I can't imagine anybody asking him any other question if he decides to hold a press conference again, because now the allegation is not that you harass someone, because that's right. Basically, I kiss everybody and everybody knows that I do this and all that, and we said, you need to shut up when he was saying that. If we were his lawyers, you need to shut up, but now it's, there's not going to be any question except, did you sexually assault her? In those words and in those terms. That terminology is what's going to be used because that's what the allegation is.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if he quit having daily briefings.
85 lawmakers in New York that have said that he needs to resign.
Right.
You and I looked the other day and we said, with the allegations so far, we didn't see impeachment. I can't necessarily say that right now.
That's what I was saying earlier, is that if you're a Democrat in New York State, if you're a state lawmaker, this more and more has to be a consideration. Impeachment. A week ago, I didn't have confidence. I have more confidence today than I did last week.
Because of the seriousness of that allegation. Yes. It's sexual assault is what the allegation is.
Right.
866-90 Red Eye.
We'll be right back with more Red Eye Radio with Eric Harley and Gary McNamara. Join the conversation using the Show Rotella hotline, 866-911-3339. Red Eye Radio at Show Rotella. What matters is inside.
Dispatch, I picked up that load of steel, so I'm ready to roll.
Sounds good. Remember, we're getting paid weight, so make sure to use a cat scale.
I wouldn't weigh anywhere else.
Really?
Yeah, the last thing I need is an overweight fine when I've done everything I can to weigh legal. With cat scale, you don't have to worry. They've got your back if you ever get a ticket.
Well, I guess you know all about the cat scale guarantee.
Yep. For constant accuracy, weigh your check on a cat scale. When you weigh on a cat scale, you get no excuses guaranteed. If you get an overweight citation after weighing legal on a cat scale, we'll either reimburse your fine or go to court with you. At over 1,900 cat scale locations, we've got your back. You can now save time weighing by using your smartphone. Download the Weigh My Truck app from the Google Play Store or the App Store. Find out more at WeighMyTruck.com. Forget accuracy, weigh your truck on that scale.
That's not secret. We listen to our customers. Everyday Diesel Treatment delivers a 6-in-1 premium fuel treatment for every fill-up, every time. Our fans call it EDT.
I'm John Sharp from Dewberg, Pennsylvania. When I bought my truck, my local MPG was between 17 and 19. Using EDT, my local fuel mileage went to average of 22 to 23.
Everyday Diesel Treatment is available at truck stops, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and online at HotShotSecret.com.
Trucker Buddy International provides driver and teacher support and helps young students excel in school by putting a face behind the steering wheel of trucks rolling down the highway. By providing for their drivers and teachers and school children through donations, they offer classrooms a chance to stay strong during these difficult times. Money raised goes towards Trucker Buddy Initiative, school supplies, meals for students, classroom technology, and much more. Both teachers and drivers can register or renew online or by phone to become active partners in the Trucker Buddy program. Active Trucker Buddies and teachers can apply for annual grant money to be awarded to participating teachers and classrooms. To help Trucker Buddy raise funds and awareness, you can make a one-time or recurring donation. Go to truckerbuddy.org to become a Trucker Buddy mentor, donate, or learn more. That's truckerbuddy.org, educating our youth on our industry and building respect and understanding for transportation along the way. 1-800-MY-BUDDY. That's 1-800-MY-BUDDY.
For over 30 years, The Trucker is the leading source of trucking industry news and information for truck drivers across the U.S. The Trucker provides the latest and most comprehensive news affecting the trucking industry with award-winning journalism and news coverage that is informative, objective, and engaging. So visit thetrucker.com today for up-to-date news. That's thetrucker.com. Or pick up a copy of The Trucker along with the Trucker Jobs magazine at select TA, Petro, and other truck stops throughout the nation.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the planet and its people for nearly 50 years. Earth Justice has 150 full-time lawyers fighting in court for our planet's future and representing all clients free of charge. Until people come before profit, all energy is clean, the wild is truly free, and justice stands for all. Earth Justice will never rise. Learn more at earthjustice.org/neverrise. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Last Tuesday, someone broke into my car and robbed me blind. Or at least that's what would have happened if I didn't have Vivint. Instead, my Vivint Outdoor Camera Pro detected him and scared him away with a light and a whistle. Want peace of mind? Stop crime before it happens with a Vivint system. Vivint, all is well. Call 833-420-4070 to get started today. That's 833-420-4070.
Radio, he's Eric Curley, and I'm Gary McNamara, 86690. Right, when you look at this, I mean, you wonder how coming up into the midterms and just how our American society is going to look at everything. Remember, just 6 months ago, the leaders, the people that were being complimented all the time on COVID were Newsom and Cuomo. They were being risen. Yeah. They were being put on pedestals. Cuomo was to the point of a deity. And then you see everything. You see Newsom and the recall. You see what's going on, Cuomo, and you see DeSantis, for example, in Florida. Right. And the way that he's being viewed, and how will, for example, Governor Abbott be viewed down the road. Right. And again, Texas wasn't the first state, but Texas is the biggest state to do it. And of course, because it has a Republican leadership, it's always on the bullseye ticket for the mainstream media. Mm-hmm. But everything we talked about today when it comes to COVID and what Fauci said, yesterday that has been criticized severely. The professor from Johns Hopkins said, look, they should be telling you after you get the first shot, after a month, you're fine. Yeah. Right. And after the second shot, you're fine. Mm-hmm. You carry on with your life. Right. Yeah, you may have to wear it because masks are designated from businesses or whatever, but the fact is your life should be normal. They shouldn't be telling you you shouldn't be traveling. If you got the vaccine, you should be able to travel. Right. Well, I'm telling you can travel. It's ridiculous. And Fauci admitted, well, we don't have the science, and so we have to be extra precautious. Because what are you talking about? You're basically saying unless we can guarantee that there will be zero transmission, we need to shut down anybody traveling.
Well, and this is, again, something that we talked about and predicted this was going to happen because they can't give up that kind of control. They can't give up that kind of power. And it gives them the license to do exactly what they've been wanting to do for so long. Without COVID, you think a $1.9 trillion bill would have happened? No. Hell no. You think it would have happened multiple times? No. But here we are. And sorry, but you can't reverse that. Don't you dare talk about putting the brakes on that. No. We're helping people.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 1 a.m. Central for the Freightliner Run Smart Hour on Red Eye Radio. Tune in to help you run more efficiently. Brought to you by Freightliner Trucks.
Howdy, professional drivers. Homer Hogg here, Director of Technical Service for TA Truck Service. As a professional driver, you know replacing tires is a major expense. But what if you could save on tire costs without sacrificing performance or safety? Well, with high-quality MaxTread retread tires, you can. Right now, ride tires are $219 per tire, and trailer tires are just $199 per tire when you buy two old. Only need a single, get one dry tire for $244 or one trailer tire for $224. That's more savings. Only at PA Truck Service. Offer valid through April 30th, 2021 at participating PA Truck Service locations. Price includes cap and catering. Does not include mounting, labor, balancing, valve stems, or state and local taxes.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. That's RedEyeRadioShow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, Howe's Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the 1 million mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. That's RedEyeRadioShow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, Howe's Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale.
We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com. CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Tom Foti in Washington. More than 2,000 flights have already been canceled this weekend to and from Denver. That because of a mountain region now getting clobbered with snow.
The storm's impacts have been many. Heavy wet snow has led to power outages. COVID vaccine clinics have been shut down. And poor visibility has forced road closures, leaving people stranded at coffee shops and gas stations with long wait ahead.
KCNC Television's Rick Salinger, the predictions are for way more snow from a huge storm system that has also spawned apparent tornadoes in the panhandle of Texas. In Canyon, Texas, south of Amarillo, Chad Lentz says his whole RV park was hit.
Our camper ended up pushing about 100 yards against another large Class A, and it's just discombobulated, I guess you could say.
America still leads the world in COVID deaths, now at 535,000. But with the pace of vaccinations on an upswing, states and localities are moving to open things up a bit, including Southern California. Correspondent Danya Backus in L.A.
Los Angeles is prepared to welcome back restaurants, movie theaters, and gyms at limited capacity on Monday. In San Diego, Michael McCarthy surprised his 99-year-old vaccinated mother Eileen at her nursing home, finally able to embrace.
I love you. It's been so long.
They marked the moment with a waltz.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
So many people are waiting for moments like that one. Even with reopenings, health officials say Californians should not let their guard down.
Meantime, as the first of the new stimulus checks start hitting direct deposit bank accounts,
The President, First Lady, Vice President, and Second Gentleman will fan out across the country, from Nevada to New Jersey, to explain to Americans what exactly their $1.9 trillion bought.
CBS's Christina Ruffini. There's also word that the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, is now going to support a 3-month effort to safely receive shelter and for minor children who arrive alone at the U.S. southwest border. In Louisville and other cities, rallies and marches remembering the mistaken police raid death of Breonna Taylor a year ago. Her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker.
I appreciate all the love and support for Breonna and for me everywhere, especially right here, but all across the world.
He was with her when Louisville police, breaking into the wrong apartment, shot her to death. Music industry will hand out its top awards tonight, the Grammys. And as the Pink Floyd song says, time to set clocks ahead an hour. Daylight saving time is back. It is about time. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Have you ever thought about saying goodbye to your job? Just walking into your boss and saying, I quit. And how would you like to commute to work without ever leaving your home? Well, not long ago, a 39-year-old entrepreneur from a billionaire family spent $20 million and 3 years to find the best home-based business in North America. Researched 70 different companies, and when he found the only one that had real long-term potential, he bought it. And right now, he's looking for people to help him turn this company into his next billion-dollar success story. So if you're serious about making money from home without having to leave your home, well, grab a pen. Because I'm about to give you the address of a website where you can learn all about this unique and rare opportunity. Write this down, www.goherenext.com. Now get on your computer and go to this site now. Part-time or full-time, your income is based totally on your performance. Interested? GoHereNext.com and say goodbye to your boss tomorrow. GoHereNext.com.
Signs of hope have sometimes been a bit hard to find during this long pandemic year, but
For weeks, an anonymous woman has been putting out signs with messages of hope and inspiration during the pandemic. In a neighborhood in Virginia Beach, Virginia, residents have been touched.
A little thing that's just been so uplifting for the whole neighborhood. I think any little bit of sunshine you can bring is a wonderful thing.
We think this is incredible, and the mystery person who's leaving these inspirational messages rocks.
Neighbors have taken to social media to praise the signs, calling them uplifting, refreshing, and clever. Jim Crystal, the CBS News.
They were widely praised a year ago. Now, not so much. Two prominent governors, more Democrats calling for the resignation of New York's Andrew Cuomo after a series of sexual harassment accusations, while California's Governor Gavin Newsom admits mistakes in his handling of the coronavirus pandemic, but insists a recall effort against him is pure politics. Tom Foti, CBS News.
Hi, I'm Cam Holding, defenseman and assistant captain of your San Diego Seals. March is Red Cross Month, and the Seals are teaming up with Red Cross to help save lives. Join us at the San Diego Seals Cross Blood Drive at the Changa Arena on Wednesday, March 17th to donate. To register, visit sealslax.com/blood. That's sealslax.com/blood. I'll see you at the Changa Arena.
Let iHeartRadio be your one-stop audio destination for celebrating Women's History Month. Great station, powered exclusively by females, like iHeart Country Women, Women of R&B, Women Who Rock, and many more. Playlists personally curated by some of the most influential women in music, like Taylor Swift, Mariah Carey, and Shania Twain. Plus, tons of featured podcasts like Ordinary Equality, The History Chick, and the iHeartRadio Podcast of the Year winner, Office Ladies. iHeartRadio, #1 for music, radio, and podcasting, all in one app.
Stream AM 760 faster and more reliably this year with panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox. The Mike Slater Show.
This is how you know COVID's officially over. Is when the first library has the first drag queen story hour again. That's when you know we're officially done with COVID. Take off the mask. Never put it on again in your life. The first time you see a drag queen story hour, it's over.
Slater Crusaders Unite. Weekdays at noon on San Diego's Talk, AM 760.
IRS spokesman Eric Smith says there's a number of good reasons for filing online. One is making it harder for identity thieves to steal your info. But really, e-filing is about eliminating the paper trail in general, which means getting your return where it needs to go and getting it processed faster.
File electronically and choose direct deposit. Most people do it that way, and if ever there was a year to switch to doing it that way, this is very definitely the year.
And that's because the mail is dealing with delays of the coronavirus pandemic. So when it comes to getting the return back as fast as possible, you want to avoid the mail entirely here. And the direct deposit option follows the same theory, eliminating the wait for a paper check.
If you file electronically, you choose direct deposit. We expect a 9 out of 10 refunds. Folks will start to get their refunds within a fairly short amount of time after that, maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
I'm James Flippin.
Are you the parent of a blind child? The National Federation of the Blind knows blindness does not have to hold your child back. With support, education, and mentoring, your child can turn her dreams into reality. We know because we are parents who have made it happen. Visit us at nfb.org/parents to learn how we can help you and your family. National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
So, and where was this on Sunday? It was on Sunday, yes. No, where were the numbers on Sunday? What were the ratings? 5.9. 5.9 compared to the record high of 23 million? 23 million, yes, back in 93. Yeah. That's about nearly in half. Wow. 5.9 million is only a fairly decent cable TV show rating. Yeah. It's not hockey numbers. Hockey numbers are probably for the something like that, maybe 2 million. Maybe 1/2. It's not right. It doesn't pull it in, but the NBA. And again, the commissioner knows. We had said this before. There may be a number of reasons, but the whole Black Lives Matter thing killed him. Just killed him. And Silver knew it because it's right. We're going to be moving on from this year because we have focused in on... No, you're moving on from this year. If it was a positive, you would have kept it. Yep. It wasn't a positive. That's why you're not keeping it. Americans looked at it and said, excuse me, you're enabling people that are throwing out a hate message of racism. Yeah. And they don't want to hear it. Well, it's that simple for the NBA. And we've explained it before for people that are shocked by it. Black Lives Matter promoted the lie. that police departments are systemically racist to hunt down and kill blacks. By the way, there was another study done that we'll get to here. I got a header earlier this week that shows, nope, sorry, empirical evidence doesn't show that at all. Doesn't show that blacks at all are targeted in a racist way. And as we've said, it doesn't mean there aren't racist cops. But the claim is it's systemic, that the institution of law enforcement is systemically racist. And there is no evidence to that. That's a lie. And the lie was promoted for only one thing: in order to cause racial divisiveness. We've talked about this before. Everything that the left does is about splitting people apart, is about creating more victims, therefore more oppressors. And then the victims, or people that were supporters of victims, eventually become the oppressors if they don't agree with the far left on everything. As we stated, Black Lives Matter promoted the big lie that corporations got sucked into, that other sports leagues got sucked into, and the American public isn't stupid. And you saw everything that happened because of this, to defund the cops. When they started doing the surveys and the studies, they found out, oh no, everybody likes their own local police department. It's that police department. It's the abstract police department that really isn't the police department that we're against. And those are the bad people. What about the police department in your own neighborhood? Oh, they're great. They do a great job. It's super and tremendous and everything else. But still, the systemic racism, you must admit that it's there. Otherwise, you will be marginalized. Well, you do that and you promote that because you're trying to cause racial divisiveness based on a lie. That's what hate groups do. Right. Americans aren't stupid. They recognize that. They don't want anything to do with it. And so they said, sorry, we don't want to be part of that hate. We don't want to be part of that lie that causes racial divisiveness, because that's what hate groups do. And, we won't be involved in any of that kind of race baiting. And so they said, So when Adam Silver came and said, well, it's time to take the Black Lives Matter signs down off the NBA courts because we've made the message now of unity, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You're lying. It didn't work. Because if it worked and it was a sign of unity, and the public agreed with your sign of unity, you wouldn't take it down. No. If it were a positive, there's no way you would take it down. And then for us, because we pay attention, we saw when LeBron James opened his big mouth in Wisconsin, had no idea what happened. No idea what happened. And I believe helped to, at least at the minimum, enable the violence that happened there. And we now know, because of, remember the alleged victim, that he wasn't a victim, and he even admitted he had a knife. The rioting that took place in Kenosha, based on a lie. And that lie is out there on a consistent basis, and LeBron James and the NBA is pushing it over and over again, and the only reason you do that is to cause racial divisiveness based on a lie. Hate groups do that. Racist hate groups do that. That's what they did, and the American public didn't like it. Jury selection began for I saw that former officer, Derek Chauvin, Minneapolis. The first juror that was selected, a guy in his mid-30s. And he says he has a generally favorable view of Black Lives Matter, as he believes all matters all lives matter equally. He was chosen because he walked that line. Now, outside the courtroom, you're probably not going to fare well if you say something like that. No, you can't say that. You can't. He also said
that he doesn't believe that the Blue Lives Matter counter viewpoint is necessary. Now, it's hard to know because this is coming from Insider.com, and it's a report, so we don't know everything that was said during the questioning process, but they dismissed 20 potential jurors during the day, and have selected only 3 so far. So, but I found it interesting, the comments that they reported from the first juror that was selected. Where we live in, I think if whether you're prosecution or defense, you probably have already come to that conclusion, that you're not going to find anyone out there likely that has no opinion on Black Lives Matter or has no opinion on Blue Lives Matter or isn't aware. In fact, this first juror said, while he hasn't seen the video, he did see a still shot from the story. And so it makes it near impossible in today's world. Back in the day, I sat on a jury one time. In fact, I was a jury foreman. It wasn't a high-profile case. But back in the day, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have cell phones, and we didn't have the world and the news at our fingertips being blasted at us with images everywhere on social media. I can't imagine how impossible it is to get a jury these days. You pretty much have to be resigned to the fact that they're likely going to be exposed to it to a certain extent. Qualifying jurors in a case like this has to be especially difficult. Because again, it's hard to know. It's if they say, no, I've never heard of the case. I read about the case in the paper one time or twice. I don't really know much about it, or something like that. That's one thing. But that was back in the day. Now, I mean, you have to assume that everybody is being bombarded with not just the story itself, not just the video, but also other people's opinions of what happened. And that's the world we live in. 866-90-RED-I. As a professional driver, you need to understand the rules and risks of rail crossings. For CDL drivers especially, a conviction for a highway rail grade crossing offense could very well disqualify you from driving a CMV. The offenses include failing to stop or slow down when required, failing to have enough space to completely cross without stopping, failing to obey a traffic control device or the directions of an enforcement official, and failing to negotiate a crossing because your CMV does not have enough undercarriage clearance. The penalty for violating these rules could be as severe as a disqualification, which could last anywhere from 60 days to 1 year. This tip was brought to you by J.J. Keller and Associates Incorporated. Visit us at jjkeller.com.
This report is brought to you by National Truck Protection and PM 2000 Plus, the #1 selling aftermarket truck warranties in North America. Available at thousands of used truck dealers everywhere.
Lines up for your calls. 866-90-RED-I on Red Eye Radio.
Flying J is now serving a hearty seasoned and battered codfish sandwich, paired with potato wedges and a frosty fountain beverage for a complete meal. Catch it before it's gone. Truck drivers are a lot like first responders. We need them on the front lines every single day. Truck drivers play a critical role in our economy, like almost every item we buy. These men and women are the unsung heroes and backbone of America. When our heroes need support, they turn to the St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund. The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is a 501c3 truck driver charity that steps in when illness or injury takes a driver off the road by paying necessity household expenses, including mortgage or rent, utility bills, insurance premiums, and vehicle or truck payments. Learn more about STF today and make a donation to support our mission at truckersfund.org. That's truckersfund.org. Together, we are saving lives and families, one driver at a time. They're essential for us. It's time to be essential for them. Donate today at truckersfund.org. That's truckersfund.org.
If you're a trucking industry professional, then you need to stay on top of changing regulations, equipment upgrades, and technology advancements. Fleet Owner Magazine gives you all of this and more. Written for fleet executives and managers, Fleet Owner gives you the business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance, regulations, and information technology you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit fleetowner.com every day for the latest industry news. You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner Magazine. Visit fleetowner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you can use.
A&E Crime Central, full of A&E's best crime and investigative series. Sign up for a 1-month extended free trial. Watch anytime, anywhere, commercial-free. Stream over 1,500 titles, like 60 Days In.
These guys aren't playing around.
After the first 48.
Yeah, 2 gunshot wounds.
Long Island Serial Killer. And then another one. And more. To start your extended 1-month free trial, visit aecrimecentral.com/iHeart today.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I have a lot more energy. That's for sure. That's probably the most noticeable thing. I'm not tired. There's been many times when I should have been sick and never was. I think our bodies have the ability to rebuild themselves and repair themselves. All we have to do is give it the right fuel. That's what you guys do. You give me the right fuel that I need, and I believe that my body will just take care of itself. Yeah, I feel a lot better.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% on any new preferred order. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or by going to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special real offer by using discount code San Diego.
Trust Marical Design and Remodeling to make your home more spacious, functional, and beautiful.
Marco, they delivered. It's a completely new kitchen. The kitchen before didn't have a walk-in pantry, and it was just not made and function well, so now this functions really great. It's our favorite room in the house. They did a great job. This is absolutely gorgeous.
Marical Design and Remodeling, 619-441-9300, 441-9300, or visit trustyourhometous.com.
Eliminate your monthly mortgage payments with a reverse mortgage from Aramco. Call Aramco today at 877-760-1130. Again, 877-760-1130.
Borrowers have to pay for property taxes and homeowners insurance. DRE 01853-626, NMLS 277316.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
I'm Joe Adams. I'm a pharmacist that knows the pain of losing their child to an opiate overdose. If you think it can't happen to your family, think again. To learn more, visit the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy at nabp.pharmacy.
For the last year. Well, and that's it. I mean, because, and you use the word spend, not just with time, but I mean money, investing money into it. Even if you don't go to a lot of games, spending money on, whatever sports ticket there might be on your provider, cable or satellite, and buying team paraphernalia. How much of that has changed as a result of so many people working from home? Think about this. We've been talking about gas prices this week. And that will come back because we're going to return to the office eventually. But people working at home, all right, they've been making their own lunch. They've been not driving, buying a lot of gas over the last year, not buying as much anyway. And their spending habits change. And so they look at it, and again, if they're, fortunate enough to still be working, I think that could have a lasting effect of changing the spending habits to where, all right, we might go to a game every blue moon, but we're not going to be season ticket holders. We're not going to buy every single offering from the provider that we have. I think one of the greatest questions is in a time when the mindset was, wow, sports is going to see a boom here, even if there is COVID and there's nobody in there because there's just nothing else to do. Yeah, right. People are going to watch it. Sports is going to see. If you would have asked a year ago, if you would have said, look, here's what's going to happen. America's really going to be locked down. What do you think is going to happen to sports ratings without fans? I probably would have said, well, I might not watch as much. And again, I don't, just because to me fans add a ton to a sporting event when there's no fans, all the fake noise and all that. But really, I moved away from sports really in the last year because of the hate message that they were promoting. And I just won't be a part of it. That's really why I moved. But if that didn't happen, I mean, how many people did what I did because of that? And how many people just said, I just don't want to watch anymore. I'm just not going to watch. And you and I have said it's a variety of different factors out there, but you got a ton of young people that just don't care about sports anymore. Right. And it's got nothing to do with the social justice movement. They just have no interest in sports, of watching it anymore. But it's just amazing because if you would have told me, I said, okay, this is an opportunity for sports to really get into people's homes now. Everybody's got their huge, think about this now. You get a huge screen TV for $400. Yeah. Right. You have a 55-inch TV for $400-500. And so everyone really can afford one. It brings sports so close to you. Everybody is basically locked down in their homes. And people are like, no, I'm going to watch something else on that big screen, or I'm just going to do something else. It's pretty amazing that happened. You and I both sat here and witnessed the drop in popularity of NASCAR. Mm-hmm. And we said it back then, this is a great warning because I didn't see that coming. And the public like this went, we just don't care anymore. Right. We just don't care. And so the public can be fickle. And I think a lot of sports leagues think it's almost like a drug. No matter what, they're always going to stay with us. That's not the case. Not the case. Because, if you think about it, historically, sports at this level has only been at this level for a fairly short period. Think about it. You go back to the 70s and 80s on national games. We didn't have near what they have today. I mean, it's nearly every, what do they have? Sunday all day and Sunday night, Monday night, a couple of games, Thursday night, Tuesday night, Tuesday night. So, I mean, they're adding all these national games, and, so you can see where people would make time for it. I think, when you look at it right now, post-COVID, I think it really is going to come down to not just the time. I think it's going to come down to what people are willing to spend money-wise to watch a game. And then, a generation that, has the attention span that right now that the young generation has. I'm talking about post-college age, so 22 to 35 years old. They want to do other things. They can watch the highlights in 20 minutes. Why spend 3.5 hours? Talk to people who said, look, I don't watch the games anymore, and I don't watch the NFL games anymore, but you can go to Yahoo
20 minutes after a game's over, and you can watch the entire game in 12 minutes.
Right. And
they do that for NHL, NBA,
and watch
everything else.
the playoffs or watch the World Series or whatever, but you're not going to pay attention to every single game.
Bottom Line with Sully.
Finance TikTok is definitely perpetuating some financial myths.
Making sense of the day's top business stories.
Obviously, the more shares of stock you own, the more money you can make. But ask yourself this. Would you rather make some money off a company whose stock price is out of reach or no money at all?
Listen weekday mornings 11:45 during the Mark Larson Show.
They claim that the Fed Reserve has a secret $1 million bank account for every American citizen. Yeah, not so much.
The Bottom Line with Sully.
Hey, Fannie Hughes Talk, AM 760.
IRS Special Agent in charge of criminal investigations, Jonathan Larson, says scammers will attempt to look legitimate. They have software that imitates phone numbers, they'll create realistic-looking social media accounts, and come up with convincing stories through text message.
To try to get your attention and hopefully let your guard down so that they can steal information.
And that information is things like bank account numbers, social security numbers, and other private data that can lead to identity theft. This time of year, the scammers are doing everything they can to claim your refund check or coronavirus stimulus check.
We know right now that people are suffering economically, so they're going to include coronavirus, COVID-19, stimulus, in varying ways.
Something to keep in mind, though, the IRS will never call you, they say. They won't text you or email you either. It's always just through the mail that they send official correspondence. I'm James Flippin.
Hey everybody, we are Lady Antebellum. When we started out in Nashville, we never imagined what we were going to be able to achieve. We got here because we worked together and had each other's backs.
In America, we have the privilege of being a diverse society made up of people from all kinds of backgrounds. And that's a big part of what makes this country such a great place to live.
When we put aside our differences and work together, there is no challenge too great to overcome. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from North owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Miss the show? Listen anywhere, anytime, on demand to catch up on Eric and Gary's topics of the day. Visit RedEyeRadioShow.com and click on demand.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. That's RedEyeRadioShow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We are the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
Call 1-866-90 Red Eye. iRadio.
And he's Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. 866-90 Red Eye coming up. Joe Manchin. And his explanation as to why, well, actually Republicans were. This was a Republican bill. Just trying to convince you of that. Yeah. The stimulus bill. Also, Governor Whitmer in Michigan could face criminal charges, at least in the opinion of one county prosecutor. We'll get to that. We were talking about just sports in general and the NBA All-Star Game that just had horrendous ratings, the worst ever ratings for an NBA All-Star Game, and just talking about where does sports go here in the pandemic? Are people going to watch anymore? Let's go to Rick in Los Angeles. Rick, welcome. You're on Red Eye Radio. Welcome to the show. Hi, Rick.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, good question. Are we going to watch it anymore? The pandemic sort of taught a lot of people that they had to live without it for a while, and they did, and their lives went on, and they probably went, maybe it's not that important. Regarding politics and sports, as far as the turnout, I've said this a million times, and I like to use the Barbra Streisand example. Way back when $100 was a lot for a ticket to a concert, I think she was one of the first. That was a big threshold, right?
Yes.
So you go to a Barbra Streisand concert, who I love, who's got a phenomenal voice, great entertainer, right?
Yep.
I don't want to hear about her love affair with Bill Clinton after I paid $100 to go and enjoy myself at a concert. I don't want to hear it. And I think the athletes have to realize, even though their cause may be just, you gotta watch that line when you're dealing with the public for politics, religion, and children. Those are the three kind of taboos in business that you gotta watch yourself, or you're going to lose your fan base, you're gonna lose customers. It's just the way it is.
And Rick,
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, and Rick, I just want to clarify, there are no allegations that Bill Clinton ever had an affair, an actual affair with Barbra Streisand. You were talking about the Now, I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying there are no allegations of such. But no, that's it, Rick. I mean, I've been over, my 55 plus years. I've been to and actually performed at a couple of concerts. Now, the concerts that I performed at, nobody was there to get reached at to begin with. They may have been begging us to stop the music and start preaching, actually. But I mean, when you go to these big artists, and thank you, Rick, for the call, or you go somewhere, it's one thing when, like, if something happened at halftime, hey, we're going to do something for this charity and do something for that charity, and that would happen back in the day. Or if there was a break during a show, then you would, hey, we've got, don't forget, if you go out into the breezeway where you see the T-shirts and everything, we've got this and it's helping this cause. Okay, fine. But the preachy stuff where the artist really gets engaged on stage, people really don't want to hear that. Now, you and I have always been, we've always been the guys that said, well, don't shut up and sing. We want to know how you feel. But it's different when you have, when you're there and you paid, as he mentioned, Rick says you pay $100 for a ticket, and it's a lot more these days. And then all of a sudden you show up and they're preaching at you about something, and that's not why you're there. And in sports, the thing that has been lost is sports was always a great unifier. It puts together communities. That's actually the beauty of sports, and we've talked about this many times before. You forget the day's problems and you unify together as a community over a sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
Now we understand you're not solving world problems.
Mm-hmm.
You're simply enjoying yourself. As human beings, you're having fun, there's camaraderie, there's unity, there's a sense of community.
Right.
People know it when their teams are going to the playoffs, and you go through neighborhoods and people are flying the flags of the favorite team, whether it's college, whether it's pro, whether it's ever, you wear a shirt. Right. In my life, coming from Buffalo, you wear any Buffalo sports shirt, somebody from Buffalo is going to pull you when you start a conversation. Where are you from? What are you doing? What do you think you're going to do? I mean, it's wonderful when that happens.
Right. And the same thing at a concert, everybody's singing along. You're unified by something while you're there.
Yeah. And so people just don't, and I've said it, and I'll agree with them, I don't want to hear it from the right or left at a sporting event. Right? I'm there to get away. We deal with it. You're afraid to confront the issues out here. Yeah, I'm a talk show host.
Yeah, right. But I call it a rally and say, well, someone's going to perform at this person's going to perform at this rally, and that's part of the purpose of going there, and that's what I'm paying for. And then, okay, fine.
Right. If that happens, fine. But at a sporting event, it's about bringing people. Sports has been a great unifier to bring people together. But look, understand that it's the left that doesn't wish that to happen. They wish to inject their politics into every aspect of your life. You see it. They expect it into cartoons now. They want it in cartoons. They want it where you go. They want to inject what they believe into every form of entertainment that exists. And one of the things that, well, your politics exist. What are you talking about? The Star Spangled Banner. It's not politics. That's the country that we're all a part of. It represents the country, and it doesn't represent one view. And you saw some of the liberal sports writers a few years ago. Why fly the military jets over? This is all part of promoting the military-industrial complex. No, it's not. No, if you want to delve into what it means, and we've done that before, if you want to get into the deeper meaning, those are the people that protect the Constitution that we all live under. And that's actually what unifies us together, is the fact that we share a set of laws, which is a set of moralities that we hold dear to us. And that is actually what unifies us together, even though day in and day out we have differences in opinions about the day-to-day politics that we live in. That used to be the thing that would reunite both the left and right because they both believed it. We now have a left that does not believe in the Constitution. They don't believe in the country. They don't believe in the morality that we believe in. They don't believe in freedom of speech. They don't believe in freedom of religion. They don't believe in the Second Amendment. They don't believe in the Electoral College. They don't believe in the separation of powers. They don't agree with the concept of a Senate. They don't agree with due process on law. There's so many things that they don't agree with the Constitution that they now admit that I can understand now. Well, we don't want any unity here. And when you play the Star Spangled Banner, that's about the people that defend the Constitution that we don't believe in. Right. And that's the point that we've gotten to, which is different than where we have been before. There are actually a significant portion of members of the Democratic Party that don't agree with the Constitution of the United States. That's what start having problems.
Yeah. Because those are the fundamentals, right? That's where fundamentally we become separated.
And you start hearing it from Democrats, and they've been more open on it. Well, the Constitution is flawed.
Right.
Which part?
Right. And what would your Constitution look like?
Well, we shouldn't allow hate speech. What's hate speech?
Right.
Hate speech now in the cancel culture can be a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's changed. If you want to really get down to it. So, again, a lot of people are saying, fine, we're done. We're done with sports. We don't care. And the thing about me, because I'm looking at it from my point of view, is, and maybe it was because of COVID, I don't online sports. I really got turned off last summer again, with the whole message that they were sending out, the initial Kaepernick thing and what he was promoting, which was the beginning of that lie, and then they accelerated that lie, and then corporations jumped on it, that lie. The police departments are systemically racist, and I understood at that point that it was, over the last couple of years, what Marxists and socialists do, which is what's leading the far left of the Democratic Party, is to tear down the institution that we hold dear. And one of them is law enforcement. If you can tear down law enforcement, then you can justify chaos in the cities. You can justify chaos anywhere. You can't depend on the police. You're your own law. Yeah. And so you throw out big lie to cause racial divisiveness. And they succeeded temporarily in doing that to a small scale, which the media, because of the riots, can turn into a large scale, even though 99% of America wasn't rioting.
That's going to call on more or less to do away with enforcement is going to have neither, because a law without enforcement isn't a law at all. And we are a nation of laws. You can't have that. But, that's where they ran into that's where the resistance ran into resistance. Because people, would say,
the resistance ran into the resistance. Well, that's circular reference.
Exactly, because all of a sudden the polls started showing, people were saying they supported defunding the police, but not in their own neighborhoods, which means they didn't. In fact, the majority of people in surveys, they want the same or even more funding for police.
It's the abstract police that aren't a part of reality that we want to fund.
The bad police are over there, not here. Right. But this is the problem with the straw man argument that was put up, right? And making the like they do, big corporations or the police, or just making these generalized statements, is that eventually, when you get down to the action, people have to consider how it affects them. In your fairy tale world, you can say a lot. When it comes to the real world, and especially something that deals with their lives on a daily basis, protecting their neighborhoods, you're going to run into your own resistance.
866-90-RED-EYE.
We'll be right back with more Red Eye Radio with Eric Harley and Gary McNamara.
Radio comes to you on demand when you subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, or even your favorite podcast reader. Get more info at RedEyeRadioShow.com, keyword podcast.
USA Plus Power program provides year-round freight with 24/7 dispatch and trailer maintenance support. Lester from LTR Transportation says signing on with USA Trucks Plus Power program was a real game changer. They have great staff, great loads, and great pay. Lester is of many fleet owners and drivers that have seen their business grow with USA Trucks Plus Power program. Go online today. It's year-round freight with 24/7 dispatch. Grow your fleet today. Go to mypluspower.com. That's mypluspower.com.
Hey, Big Bill here from Big Bill's Carpet House. Are you looking for a new carpet? Well, here at Big Bill's, we don't have those. Rugs, sales, and Persians. You name it, we do not have it, because there's no way to get those rugs from where they were made here to our warehouse. So come on down to Big Bill's and find the carpet that's out of stock indefinitely.
A world without truckers would sound very different. That's why Progressive Commercial makes it easy to switch and save with personalized discounts. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
That's not secret. We listen to our customers. Everyday Diesel Treatment delivers a 6-in-1 premium fuel treatment for every fill-up, every time. Our fans call it EDT.
Hi, I'm Danny. I'm from Arizona. I drive a 02 Ford Excursion. I use EDT at every fill, and my mileage went from 12.5 miles per gallon to 14 miles per gallon. I highly recommend it.
Everyday Diesel Treatment is available at truck stops, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and online at HotShotSecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is excited to offer a new Driving Down Diabetes program. Driving Down Diabetes is a free, CDC-approved diabetes prevention program. This is a year-long program with live webinars focusing on nutrition, exercise, stress management, and more. It's for those who are at risk for diabetes only, not those those who have already been diagnosed with diabetes. If you are an over-the-road truck driver with a valid Class A CDL and are wondering if you are at risk for diabetes, visit our website at truckersfund.org and take the risk assessment located under the Health and Wellness tab. The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund Driving Down Diabetes program is sponsored and made possible by our friends at Southern Recipe. Don't let diabetes put the brakes on your career. Take the risk assessment and get registered today at truckersfund.org. That's truckersfund.org.
Tired of singing to your windshield? Consider entering the 2021 Trucker Talent Search Singing Competition, produced by Overdrive and Red Eye Radio. Use your phone or other device to record yourself singing in a quiet place. Got your guitar or instrument handy? All the better. All finalists will be covered in Overdrive with links to their video entries. The winner will receive a day's studio recording session in Nashville, provided by Overdrive. Visit truckertalentsearch.com to enter. The deadline is March 28th. Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote. Get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the planet and its people for nearly 50 years. Earth Justice has 115 full-time lawyers fighting in court for our planet's future and representing all clients free of charge. Until people come before profit, all energy is clean, the wild is truly free, and justice in all. Earth Justice will never lie. Learn more at earthjustice.org/neverland. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Last Tuesday, someone broke into my car and robbed me blind. Or at least that's what would have happened if I didn't have Vivint. Instead, my Vivint Outdoor Camera Pro detected him and scared him away with a light and a whistle. Want peace of mind? Stop crime before it happens with a Vivint system. Vivint, all is well. Call 833-420-4070 to get started today. That's 833-420-4070.
Radio, he is Eric Carly, and I'm Gary McNamara, 866-90 Red Eye, if you would like to get in. So, what I expect out of this, where do we go with sports in the future? My golf game's going to get a lot better. Good, because you're actually out there participating. Yes, not lately. I had, this is the first February, or last February, or this past month, was the first time I didn't play golf all month. I've not played golf in 7 weeks. Oh wow! The record. Well, we had the ice storm, so that took up a lot of time. So I probably will be back to the driving range this week. Why? Because the pool guy is coming out today. All right. So less time for you working on the pool to keep going. To keep it more golf time. Algae in it, because we're at 24 days now. 24 days without a pool or a pump. And no algae. No algae in the pool. And I had the dentist yesterday, so I wasn't able to do my normal 1 to 2 hours to make sure that, brushing everything, checking the chemicals. I do a circulation in it because I do have a submersible sump. Right, yeah, to circulate it and all that. Then I got a battery-powered vacuum, so I've been vacuuming the bottom of it and actually filtering some of the water.
It's pretty powerful. That battery, that lithium-ion battery lasts a long time. Mm-hmm. And it's pumping out some serious water. It's filtering some serious water. Not 13,500 gallons like really need, but it's taking all the deposits of the water sitting there overnight. Yeah. It settles on the bottom. Right. It picks it all up. So I've been able to. One thing I have is peace of mind that if anything goes during the summertime, because it'd be a totally different ball game if it was July and this happened. Oh yeah. And it was 105 every day, and I had no pool pump, right, or filter working. Whole different ball game. But luckily it's March, so hopefully they can take care of everything tomorrow. And if not, they can order the parts and have everything done in a week. So. All right. Well, get your golf in. We got rain this weekend. No, well, forget it. Yeah. Really rain? Yeah. I haven't checked. See, I haven't been watching sports. I haven't looked at the weather. Yeah. Nobody cares. It's going to do what it's going to do. Since we're not under 32 degrees, I'm fine. Coming up here on, following the top of the hour, just a ton of different stuff. The Republicans pounding on Biden over the crisis at the border now, which again is a crisis. It's up, I think, over triple the amount of people crossing the border they believe. At least Brett Baer presses Joe Manchin over abandoning his bipartisan pledge, but he didn't hit him too hard. Asked a question, he gave a horrible answer, and then he moved on. I would have pounded him. I would have just pounded him. And Governor Whitmer in Michigan could face criminal charges over COVID, as the prosecutor says. That's a headline in Fox News. A county prosecutor that says he wishes to prosecute. That and more on the way, plus your calls and comments. 866-90-RED-I.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One. If you like listening to Red Eye On Demand, we have more of Eric Harley and guests for you. Download RER's Extra Mile podcast. More topics and issues discussed.
Howdy, professional drivers. Homer Hogg here, Director of Technical Service for TA Truck Service. As a professional driver, you know replacing tires is a major expense. But what if you could save on tire costs without sacrificing performance for safety? Well, with high-quality max-tread retread tires, you can. Right now, ride tires are $219 per tire, and trailer tires are just $199 per tire when you buy two owners. Only need a single, get one dry tire for $244 or one trailer tire for $224. That's more savings. Only at TA Truck Service. Offer valid through April 30th, 2021 at participating TA Truck Service locations. Price includes cap and catering. Does not include mounting, labor, balancing, valve stems, or state amper taxes.
Trucker Buddy International provides driver and teacher support and helps young students excel in school by putting a face behind the steering wheel of trucks rolling down the highway. By providing for their drivers and teachers and school children through donations, they offer classrooms a chance to stay strong during these difficult times. Money raised goes towards Trucker Buddy initiatives, school supplies, meals for students, classroom technology, and much more. Both teachers and drivers can register or renew online or by phone to become ACT partners in the Trucker Buddy program. Active Trucker Buddies and teachers can apply for annual grant money to be awarded to participating teachers and classrooms. To help Trucker Buddy raise funds and awareness, you can make a one-time or recurring donation. Go to truckerbuddy.org to become a Trucker Buddy mentor, donate, or learn more. That's truckerbuddy.org. Educating our youth on our industry, building respect and understanding for transportation along the way. 1-800-MY-BUDDY. That's 1-800-MY-BUDDY.
If you're a trucking industry professional, then you need to stay on top of changing regulations, equipment upgrades, and technology advancements. Fleet Owner Magazine gives you all of this and more. Written for fleet executives and managers, Fleet Owner gives you the business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance, regulations, and information technology you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit fleetowner.com every day for the latest industry news. You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner magazine. Visit fleetowner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you can use.
Armstrong and Getty, mornings, KGB, San Diego's AM 760. Is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Winnie Gillette. A massive snowstorm is hitting the Rocky Mountains and Central Plains this weekend. CBS News meteorologist Jeff Baradelli has more on what the region could get.
It's going to move very slowly with heavy snow along the front range of the Rockies in Wyoming and Colorado. And we're likely to see a lot of snow. 2, 3, 4 feet of snow. Could be one of the biggest storms we've seen in about 2 decades.
KCNC-TV's Rick Salinger reports on the situation in Denver.
Colorado remains in a state of disaster emergency as declared by Governor Jared Polis. The National Guard has tracked vehicles out ready for rescues. Many of the interstate highways have been shut down, with plows unable to keep up with the heavy snow.
The newly signed American Rescue Plan provides another round of stimulus checks arriving in bank accounts starting this weekend, along with big tax breaks for families. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
We are seeing a significant increase to the child tax credit. That used to be $2,000 for low to middle income earners. The income range is expanded now, and the child tax credit goes from $2,000 to $3,000, $3,600 if your kids are under the age of 6, so very big.
More states are rolling back COVID-19 regulations.
At least 15 states, such as Texas, now no longer have COVID restrictions on most or all of their businesses. That also includes Florida, where spring break is in the air.
A lot less people wearing masks.
The U.S. has hit a new vaccine milestone. More than 100 million doses have been administered, and the nationwide average number of new cases is down about 13% from a week ago. But those numbers are still high, and with more contagious variants spreading, health officials are warning against easing safeguards.
Tom Hansen reporting there were several rallies held around the country to honor Breonna Taylor, who was killed when police raided her apartment in Louisville, Kentucky, 1 year ago from yesterday.
Citizens have a right to be safe and protected in their person and property and home.
Hundreds gathered in Louisville. The botched drug raid fueled protests across the nation and led to calls to ban no-knock warrants. Tessa Duval is an investigative reporter for the Courier-Journal.
There's not a day that goes by that people aren't talking about Breonna Taylor in downtown Louisville, or they're not starting a caravan, or just setting in this park and keeping her memory alive.
No officers have been charged in connection with Taylor's death. This is CBS News.
Conversations with some of the world's leading national security officials and experts. Intelligence Matters with Michael Morrell. Weekends on the CBS Radio Network.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's padded scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
Canadians know how to give thanks during the pandemic.
In appreciation of thanks, postcards being sent out to all 13.5 million Canadian households by Canada Post.
We've been living in isolation and lockdown, so we wanted to allow people to reach out to one another.
Canada Post Sylvie Lapointe says the postcards with a message of love can be sent free to anyone in the country.
Says sending hugs, I miss you, a message of love to someone that you haven't been able to connect with the past year.
Stephen Kaufman, CBS News.
Some people post videos or pictures of themselves getting the coronavirus vaccine. Others celebrate their vaccination in a different way. If you're Yo-Yo Ma, you play your cello. The world-famous musician treated those waiting the mandatory 15 minutes after their shots at Berkshire Community College Pittsfield with a little impromptu concert. What did you like? CBS News.
Let iHeartRadio be your one-stop audio destination for celebrating Women's History Month. Great station, powered exclusively by females, like iHeart Country Women, Women of R&B, Women Who Rock, and many more. Playlists personally curated by some of the most influential women in music, like Taylor Swift, Mariah Carey, and Shania Twain. Plus, tons of featured podcasts like Ordinary Equality, The Hip Chick, and the iHeartRadio Podcast of the Year winner, Office Ladies. iHeartRadio, #1 for music, radio, and podcasting, all in one app.
Children who grow up in poverty are part of a destructive cycle. Childhood poverty creates adult poverty, creates childhood poverty, and on and on. At Child Fund International, we find this unacceptable. So we do all we can. In 25 countries, we are vigorously fighting poverty and improving the lives of over 11 million children and their families. Today's childhood poverty must not become tomorrow's. Learn more at childfund.org.
Now, it's Red Eye Radio. Gary McNamara and Eric Harley talk about everything from politics to social issues and news of the day. Whether you're up late or just starting your day, welcome to the show. From the Pilot Flying J Studios, this is Red Eye Radio.
All across America and around the world, 86690 Red Eye. He is Eric Harley and I'm Gary McNamara. Hey, you can listen online, RedEyeRadioShow.com. We stream. It's right there. Go ahead, do it. We also have our podcast that you can listen to whenever you want. Just get our app and put it on your phone. Go ahead, do it. In the news today, really breaking news, Eric and Gary did not mention Meghan Markle. Oh, crap, we just did. Oh, okay, we didn't. Well, I was going to say on today's show, we just did. Okay. Yeah. Piers Morgan is going to... Does he say yeah, he said, when it comes to free speech, I'm willing to die on that hill. Oh, that's right, the hill. Yeah. Except for one thing. He's British. He's British. Yeah. And number two, it was at work. Yeah, it was at work. And number two, you're British. You don't have the same constitutional right to free speech that we Americans have. Neither does Canada. Right. We fought you guys for that, right? Yeah, exactly. So, no, we don't have, you don't have that over there. Sorry. Quit whining. You're British. You come over here, you can whine. I can see, maybe a big issue, quitting my job or being pressured or something by management for something that I had said. I would say, I've done something wrong if I've lost my job over the Meghan Markle story. Or you're doing something right. I don't even know what that means. No, that's... All right. You're not going to be the poster child for free speech. Sorry. Years. That's not going to happen. I know that a lot of people view says, and I understand the part of the whole cancel culture thing and all that. Mm-hmm. But I just don't care. I have no interest or passion in the royal family of Canada. It just isn't important to me. I just don't care. Yeah. And if the argument comes up about the cancel culture, in one article I specifically saw that that the controversy of what he said was based on him assuming what she was thinking. What'd you say? I wasn't even convincing myself on that one. I don't care. I don't, and that's when whether she was suicidal. Yeah, I don't believe she was suicidal. Right. And well, I have no idea if she is or not. Right. I can't read her mind, and I don't know in her private life, but yeah. So I have no insight of her daily thoughts. And that's why, naturally, just as a talk show host doing this that long, my mind doesn't go in that direction. I would analyze whether she's right or wrong. Right. In what she's talking about. I know the right. It's why in a way when people have asked us, well, this is what their intent was, and many times we've said, I don't know what their intent was. I can't read it. How many times have we said that? I can't read the mind. I can tell you whether they were wrong. Mm-hmm. Political intent, we're trying to know where that lies. Yeah. And so that was, and we're often right on, actually we're most often right on that. But unfortunately, it's predictable behavior. Yeah. But in terms of, a celebrity saying something, I have no idea what's going on in their life. But my only question is, why should I be obsessed with, why should I put any more importance in someone else's problem than billions of other people? Why is that supposed to take over my life? Because Oprah's that so? No. Yes. No. That never worked either. I've got to read the book. Oprah read it. It's on her list. It's a book club. She said it was good. What do you think? I don't know, but she said it was good. What do you like? I don't know, but Oprah likes me. You prefer Oprah likes me. I just don't care. I see it. Now, I will say this. I don't feel guilty about it, but I do get amused and very much entertained by watching how much many conservatives are investing in that story. The passion and the anger and the fury. I'm sorry, you got to be faking it because I just can't fake it. I can't fake it. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't know what is supposed to make me care. Oh, I do. Nothing. There's not one element to that story that I'm supposed to be caring. But it's Camelot. No, you're thinking of the candidates. No, the Kardashians. Mm. I realized the other day, I forgot to tell you this, I'm going on through a couple of more important stories, but we were thinking, what's the Camelot today? And I mean, who is the royalty today? And I went, the Kardashians. We'll tell that to Bruce. Well, I did see it was big news. I did see this yesterday. What? That Kim and Kanye are not speaking. That almost surpassed the Meghan Markle story yesterday. They're speaking to each other. They are speaking, but they're just not speaking to each other. They're not speaking to each other. So I thought that superseded the royal family in the meaningless social media discussion yesterday.
Yeah. But why getting a divorce, right?
Yes.
So, all right.
Yeah. I will say this. I'm catching up because I never watched it before. That's really a great show. Tim Allen's Last Man Standing.
Right.
And the Kardashian was on. She was really funny. Because she played her image completely.
Oh, good.
I was very
little self-deprecating.
I was very self-deprecating. It was really, really. I went, okay, you got a sense of humor. You played that okay. I really don't have. I watched one time. What was the show called? Something with the catching up with the Kardashians. I can't remember what it was.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And all I know is all the Kardashians were sitting there eating lunch with all their boyfriends or significant others or husbands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many there are, but they were all talking. And they were about a minute and a half into that. And I thought to myself, if I was in that conversation, I would have to leave. Or my head would blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a gender-specific comment against the sisters. The men that were there.
You throw the brother in too.
The brother,
and the husbands.
The brother, the husbands, the men. The whole conversation was a conversation that I don't know. And they were sober. That college students would have on acid.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, it was on forever.
So, again, understand that I may not be their P1.
Sit around and watch the E channel.
Yes, that
Days on end.
No, no.
Binge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to the We channel? Wasn't the We channel? Wasn't it the Women's channel or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, it used to be the We channel or something. Really? Yeah, it was a Women's channel.
Okay.
Because you always used to accuse me of watching it.
No, that was Lifetime.
Same difference.
And there's the Oprah, or was the Oprah channel.
Yeah. Well, I have not watched television. I don't have cable. I have access to the news channels. I don't have a cable spectrum anymore. Because I wasn't watching. The service that gives me internet and access to Fox News and the news channels, and I don't turn it on. Yeah, I don't watch a lot. Like I said, because it's on. Normally, I'm winding down. I try not to do anything so I can go to sleep in my second sleep shift. For people who don't know, I sleep twice a day. I leave the show. Right. I go home and I sleep like 6 to 10, then I go back home and sleep like normally 5 to 9:30, sometimes 6 to 10, whatever. Mm-hmm. But about 3 to 4 in the afternoon is when I won't take any phone calls after 4. Everybody knows it, family, everything. Unless it's an emergency. Yeah. Because I need to wind down. Because I'm just, I'm doing whatever I'm doing throughout the house, and then show prep especially. You're preparing, what are the stories out there, reading, doing everything else. And in the background, all right, it's time for me to stop. Is there any garbage TV on? And Last Man Standing.
That's why I have CNN.
Yeah. Last Man Standing's on in the afternoon is on CFT.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'd been like probably the last 6 months. I'd never watched it before at all. And I had heard about it because of Tim Allen and the politics and everything else. Extremely well written. And by the way, it isn't... remember when Roseanne came out, it was the whole thing, she was a Trump supporter? Right. That was horribly written compared to this show. You really believe, because he's got liberal son-in-law and all this, it's really funny. It's really funny, and you sit there and you go, okay, that's a conversation that you would really have. Have you seen this new Assembly Required from Tim Allen? Oh, no, I heard about it, though.
I saw the ad just the other day.
Yeah, with what's his name from...
Home Improvement.
With Al.
Yeah.
From Home Improvement.
The actor that played Al.
I can't think of his name.
And I think he actually changed his name to the actor that played Al.
It's really good.
Richard Karn.
Yes, it's really good. I've seen the previews of it, and I did see something.
And the logo is very, very similar to Improvement.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I watched like a 3-minute segment online on it, and I went, wow, this is really good.
Yeah.
It's really, it's funny.
It looks funny.
It's funny, but it's really interesting, too.
Right. You might learn something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Check it out. 6690 Red-Eye.
Regarding soybeans, we did make some fairly significant changes in our global balance sheet this month, with Brazil the focus of USDA soybean outlook for March, according to World Agricultural Outlook Board Chair Mark Janowski. We raised our Brazil production estimate based on they've had really good weather, especially in the southern part of the country, and those yields are coming in good or expected to come in good. And we also increased our back year estimate, basically last year's production estimate for soybeans as well. And that together leads to a little bit more abundant supplies globally for soybeans than we were carrying last month. Yet that increase in global beginning and ending stocks for both previous and current marketing years did not impact the year-over-year balance sheet. Both beginning and ending soybean stocks are expected to be significantly lower in the 2020-21 marketing year. I'm Ron Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
The USDA report is brought to you by Cenex Roadmaster XL Premium Highway Diesel Fuel.
Lines open for your calls. 866-90-RED-EYE on Red Eye Radio.
4 points faster than ever, but push 4 points in the Pilot Flying J app. Activate push 4 points at the beginning of each month and watch your points per gallon increase after each qualifying fill.
Face freezing temps confidently with the simple How's Winter Readiness Plan. Step 1. Use How's Diesel Treat at every fill-up to prevent gelling and keep your engine rolling. Step 2. You froze up on the side of the road because you forgot Step 1. Stay calm and pour in How's Diesel Lifeline, the alcohol-free emergency solution for reliquefying gelled fuel and de-icing frozen fuel filters. For all the protection you need this winter, turn to How's. Tested, trusted, guaranteed. Go to How'sProducts.com. One of the St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund missions is to provide valuable health wellness programs that support professional drivers in getting and staying healthy, and to hopefully prevent some medical illnesses. St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund health and wellness programs include Driving Down Diabetes, a diabetes prevention program, Rigs Without Cigs, a smoking cessation program, Driven to Be Healthy, a yearly health challenge, and a vaccine voucher program that includes free flu, shingles, and pneumonia vaccines. These programs are available to all current over-the-road truck drivers with a valid Class A CDL. For more information or to register for a program, visit the St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund website at truckersfund.org and check out all the preventive health programs located under the Health and Wellness tab. These programs are made possible and sponsored by Southern Recipe, the Road Pro family of brands, and OOIA. Go to truckersfund.org today. That's truckersfund.org.
End your week with a dose of new and classic trucking songs on Overdrive's Music to Truck By. You'll find the internet streaming show every Friday morning during on the Bluegrass Jamboree, hosted by trucking DJ Big Al Weekly. Among the brightest new trucker-songwriter voices will be names familiar to fans of the Overdrive Red Eye Radio Trucker Talent Search. You'll also hear news and artist interviews. Tune in this Friday from 10 till noon Eastern on BluegrassJamboree.com or download the channel's mobile app.
He's Mark Larson. They won't say this in polite Democrat circles, but they're all spreading this. Can Biden go through this speech a little different? First time he's given a time address, can he do it without pulling a rhetorical hamstring? Always interesting. Is it possible? I know Kamala Harris is there like just waiting like a puppy. Take it from here. Throw me the bone. I got it. The Mark Larson Show. Weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on San Diego's Talk. AM 760.
I'm Dr. Cecilia Burrington. African Americans are more likely to get and die from colorectal cancer than other Americans, likely because African American screening rates are lower. If you're 50 and older and not getting tested, you're out of excuses. Under the Affordable Care Act,